I'm joined by another beautiful soul from this county of ours. You can find him most days at Chéile in Barefield. It is, of course, Chef Danny Lynch. Danny, good morning to you.
Wow, well, and that's an introduction.
There you go.
That's incredible.
Well, look, you bring such wonderful food in. The least I can do is big you up. And it's mostly true.
well, depends on the day of the week, really, but yeah.
Well, look, thanks for coming in. And I mentioned a lot of holiday destinations. Is there anywhere Danny and the Lynch family like to go?
Myself and my brother, we always take a trip up to Centre Parks. So
you like Centre Parks as well?
Centre
Yeah, I've never
Parks,
been.
yeah.
Is it as good as they say? Yeah.
Yeah, well, look, there's pros and cons to everywhere you go, but it's a lovely place to go up with family with young kids. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like his kids and my daughter is pretty much the same age, so we go up, we enjoy our time there, and we're, as your listener said there, nice, rest, relaxed, and ready to go back to work.
Lots of stuff for the kids to do and keep them entertained. Yeah.
Loads,
loads,
and it's all year round. Our preferred time is Christmas time.
Okay.
Yeah, I know my daughter prefers to go up there at Christmas time, but during the summer it's supposed to be amazing up there as well.
Well, look, Santa visits everywhere in the lead into Christmas and Christmas itself. I'm sure Centre Parks is no exception. I'm going to get to the food you brought in because as usual, sometimes when you come in I think he must have about 4 or 5 hands the amount of plates and things you bring in. We'll start with the plate itself because we were talking about healthy choices. And you seem to have gone in a Far East direction. And I'm not talking about Far East Clare. I'm talking about the globe at large. What have you brought in for us this morning?
We've gone for the benefit of stir fries, Alan. They're quick, efficient and very healthy. And if you do want to make them slightly gluttonous, you can do it that way too.
Gluttonous. Okay, well, have you gone for the healthier or the more gluttonous option for myself?
Healthier option.
Okay, very good. So what is in this stir fry? A lot of veg, a lot of noodles, a lot of chicken.
Mm-hmm. So we've given you basically our chicken breast was marinated in honey, ginger and soy overnight.
Well,
and then
now.
Yeah, so we marinated that overnight. I pan fried that off this morning, and then inside in the stir fry that you have in front of you, the same spices I used for my chicken, I just used in my stir fry. So what you use to marinate, just use it in your stir fry. It's the easiest thing, and finish off with sweet chilli and sesame oil. That's usually the best way to approach a stir fry. Whatever you marinate your protein in, that's what you cook it in as well. And just small increments at a time until you get to your flavour. So basically we left that overnight, cooked it off this morning, and then inside in the pot, or inside in the wok, my apologies, the wok was onions, peppers, broccoli, and then noodles. And then one is on a bit of rice and the other one is just left to wonderful noodle stir fry. Because the argument is, does it get served with noodles? Does it get served with egg fried rice? Does it get served with rice? And as I said to everybody, stir fries are personalised. It's how you want them yourself, you know. Yeah,
well, as a man who's not on the friendliest of terms with eggs, I'm glad to see you went with the noodle option.
Yes, I was told you weren't friendly with eggs. Evelina had me warned.
You were duly warned. And the noodles themselves, they're super thin?
Yeah, super thin noodles. You can get them from any good Chinese shop here in Ennis. Not much to a noodle. You can put them into hot boiling water and they'll cook themselves, or you can put them into cold water and it will help them soften, and then you just add them to the wok.
Okay, very good. So that's the stir fry in the pan, and there's one in a bowl as well?
Yeah.
What are the major differences? Is that just there's rice underneath
that? There's rice
that?
on the bottom, yeah.
And so is that the only kind of significant difference?
Just a bit more sustenance in it, that's all. That's really it. The boys wanted to have the debate whether noodles, egg fried rice or just plain rice really belongs, and as I said, it's really customised, you know. Stir fries started off from such a humble beginning well back, Alan. Well back.
Okay, this is the part you're leading us into, because when you come in, Danny, what I love is not just the food you bring in and hearing how it's prepared and what the ingredients in it are, but you always have, you're a student, a culinary student, and
yes.
you appreciate the story, the culinary story and the origins and the history. So tell us about.
So we trace back to the Han Dynasty. Okay, so the Han Dynasty.
I'll do the Mirage kind of.
Curtains open, smoke goes everywhere.
And we're back in time now.
So basically, the Han Dynasty is where the woks were made of clay, and they were used out to dry grain. They weren't actually for cooking. The woks were just to dry grain for the farmers. And when we come into the song, dynasty and the Ming dynasty is where the woks evolved from clay to what we'd be more known a wok today, carbon and steel and stuff. And because of the population of the area and the scarcity of fuel, stir fries became the fast and efficient way to feed everybody. So everything was cut up really small and cooked really fast. And that's how the stir fries just took their own. Then they came all the way over here to the west, and we've kind of done our own thing with them. But they're still from humble origins all the way to today. It's quite amazing. Like, it's nearly 2,000 years of history.
There you go, and it's still existing to this day. And fair play to you, the background there. It's good to know that. I suppose, as you say, because it was difficult to travel great distances back then. The woks, you can make a load of food, so you could probably feed a full family out of one.
Yeah, ideal. Well, it was ideal for armies. It was ideal for farmers. It was ideal for cities. Do you know, you didn't need to. Do you know, you didn't have to open a big restaurant for it. Do you know, street stands could do it. And you could do it in several spots in one street. And
because it is very much a kind of when you think of street food,
it's street food, yeah. And the beauty of a stir fry, chicken goes with us. If you've leftover roast chicken, you just shred up the chicken, put it through a stir fry. It's there.
Beef or prawns.
You want beef, prawns, white fish, salmon goes with it. A nice teriyaki salmon is very nice with it.
Ooh,
a nice teriyaki salmon on a bit of stir fry veg and noodles is fantastic. So it's got such variety across all planes, and it's quick, it's easy, and it's healthy. Well, to a point. When you start adding a load of sauce and stuff on top of it gets away from its origins, but it is really something, and it's catered for. You know, if you like it really spicy, you can make your own portion, and you can leave the rest for everybody else.
You can kind of cater it to your own requirements. And the point you were making there, Danny, about once these kind of Asian Chinese recipes reached ourselves here in Europe, we added put our own stamp on them. And this is something I always hear that like if a Chinese person or was to come to Ireland and see the way we make the food, they might be think, what's going on here? Like, how different is what's in front of me to what they have there? I think you mentioned like sauces. Maybe there's less sauces.
Yeah, there's it's more the art of heat and quick cooking and releasing flavours over there. So they have a strong base of flavours, and they'd be using a lot of root vegetables, and they wouldn't be using the powdered stuff we'd have over here.
Do they even use soy sauce and stuff like that?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, some do, but depends on who you talk to.
yeah.
It's kind of bacon and cabbage here in Ireland. Depends on whose grandmother you talk to here or what chef you talk to here.
Yeah.
Bacon and cabbage has the beauty about food is there's a right way to do it and there's a historical way to do it, but it's always evolving and it's always changing. And as long as it's edible, people will take to that trend.
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't have taken off in the West if we didn't put our twists on it. They won't have chips over there, but it's not.
Yeah, I suspect a 3-in-1 or a 4-in-1 isn't something that you find on the menu over.
And the curry sauce is different here. Like, they don't technically have a curry sauce over there, but they would have a lot of dipping sauces, like a plum sauce or a hoisin sauce or something like that. That we can get a variety of it here, but nothing like. It's like you can't get bacon and cabbage outside of Ireland or Guinness outside of Ireland like you have in a rural pub in Dingle or a rural pub in Barefield there's history in those dishes, and it's much more closer to the roots,
to the source,
than it will be out west. But that's why we have our bacon and cabbage and stuff here that we tend to hold on to, while they will hold on to their cuisines. And the wonderful thing about the internet now is you can learn more about them and you can actually travel to them.
Yeah.
And you can bring more of that here, but it's just, you won't be able to replicate the same feeling. It's like, I can't replicate my grandmother's bacon and cabbage.
You can just do your own take on it.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's fair enough. Okay. Well, look, they both look delicious, regardless of how similar or different they are to the what you might get in China. The cup you have brought in as well. What have we gotten here?
That is just for you, Ellen. It was at battle the cold and flu season that's out there. Our soup today is chicken and vegetable soup. So I thought it would be a good one for you. It's nice depth of
I look like a man who
proteins.
could do with it.
No, not at all, not at all. It's just there's a nice blend of protein and stuff in it, and it's rich in vitamins. So I'll be having a cup when I go back. So why not?
Well, look,
bring one in for yourself.
If the chef himself is having it, you know that it's got to be good. Fantastic stuff, Danny. Thank you very much for all of that. Anything else to fill us in on, or busy as ever, I presume, at Chéile?
We are just putting the finishing touches on the Valentine's sharing boards that we did last year, changing it up this year. It's going to be a very exciting time now, Valentine's, so you can inquire about bookings, I believe.
And a nice reminder for couples out there, particularly, no offence to my fellow gender, the males, that you've been given due notice that it is on the horizon.
Yes.
So,
it's scary because we're just out of Christmas and
I know
Valentine's.
this. Yeah.
And then after Valentine's it's Easter, and then after Easter it's summer, and then after summer it's Halloween, and after Halloween it's
But you know what?
Christmas again.
We've spoken about how January's a long month and payday and all of that. We can't wait for it. But at least Valentine's is, you're 2 weeks into February, so you've plenty of time to get something once the bank account is looking a bit healthier.
Yes,
so
and like I said, Valentine's sometimes is a more thoughtful gesture than breaking the bank. Sometimes if you've never cooked at home and you go to the effort of making a stir fry at home, wouldn't that be better than anything? And a bunch of flowers.
Yeah, there'd be a lot. I suppose there's a lot of more love gone into that. Danny, thank you very much. Looking forward to
You're very welcome.
tucking into this. Chef Danny Lynch with us from Chéile in Barefield.